Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here at Performance Hyundai Brampton for doing the review of the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N, the fastest Elantra ever built. And this is not an ordinary Elantra, this is the N of the Elantra. N is the sports of the Hyundai cars, like AMG is the sports version of Mercedes. N is the sports for Hyundai, and this is a full N, not an N line. N. So the most top spec Elantra you can buy now with the most powerful engine. And we're doing a full in-depth review of this car. So first, I'm going to tell you the full history of the Hyundai Elantra. So the Hyundai Elantra and the Hyundai Avante was first introduced at 1990 in Australia market and some European countries. But from then, this has actually been a very successful car as a small size sedan that everyone can afford, the normal version. And from then, it has been very successful. And today, the car that we're doing is the newest and the greatest for the Hyundai Elantra. And from 2001, there's no more Avante, it's just the Hyundai Elantra. So they fully renamed it for the Hyundai Elantra except South Korea. And this car is produced in South Korea and in the American market. So in Bangladesh, you're gonna get the version that goes from South Korea. In America, this is produced here. First, I said the history. Second, let's show you the front fascia of the Hyundai Elantra. So the width of this car is 71.9 inches, and I'm going to get inside and turn on the full LED headlights of the Hyundai Elantra N that is different from the normal Elantra. So let's get inside of the car. The car is on, as you guys hear it. So the Elantra gets full LED headlights with 3 projector setup. So first of all, you can see this is your hazard. Then you have your daytime running lights here, and then another one on top, and then another stripe here, and that's actually for your side reflector for North American and American cars. And then you can see your 3 projectors inside there. This is for the main headlight, that is for the high beam. And it is really powerful, and I really like the design of the headlight. Then if you come to the grille, as it's the N line, everything's blacked out and it's open for getting air inside the intercooler, and you can see the N badge right there. And then if you go up, you can see the Hyundai logo, and the Hyundai logo has a meaning. You guys could be like, yeah, it's H Hyundai. No, it actually means there's 2 persons here and they're shaking hands. So the dealer and the customer are shaking hands after buying the car. That is actually the meaning of the Hyundai logo, and obviously the H. You can see you have open here as well, and this black treatment here with this red accent with this amazing blue color. And then if you look at the side, you have parking sensors and open here for aerodynamic, and more aggressive lines over here for vortex generator and more aerodynamics. And the black, red, and the blue, the contrast is amazing. If we get up, the hood has a lot of lines and it looks more aggressive and aerodynamic, and it actually is. You have rain sensing wiper, you have a front camera that you can see on the dash for the emergency brake assist and the lane keep assist. Now I'm going to show you what is powering the Elantra N. So now I'm going to get inside and open the hood of the car. That you have to do it from the driver's side. There we go. And then if you come here, there is a slot. There we go. And then you get this up, you have the stand right here. And you guys can hear the motor is actually on. So the Elantra N gets a different engine from the normal Elantra. This is a 2-liter TGDI 4-cylinder engine. So it's a single turbo that is back there. That is how the most of the power comes from the engine. As you can see, the turbo there with the aluminum foil and stuff. You have the N badge here, turbo badge here. This is where you put the engine oil, and this is a very nice design. 4 cylinders. And if you talk about power output, it's amazing. 276 horsepower, 289 pound-feet of torque, front wheel drive with an 8-speed double clutch transmission, or you could get a manual transmission for this car too. And when you launch this car, the front wheels spin so much, like it's incredible. And that's going to be pretty much for the engine. It is very organized. The battery of the car is at the front. This is for all of the air that comes to the intercooler, so it goes to the turbo and the engine. You have your dipstick here. This is for your windshield wiper fluid, and that is for your radiator fluid. Insulation up here too with aluminum foil for the turbo. And for lightweight purposes, it has the stand instead of hydraulic struts. And that is it for the front of the car. Now I'm going to show you the car's side profile. So the length of this car is 184.4 inches. Now I'm going to show you the wheels. So with the N, you get different wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and these wheels are very grippy, and this is a front wheel drive car, so the wheels are same, the tire size is same front and back, and these are 245/35 R19s, two-tone color, the satin silver and matte black. You have 4-piston brakes at the front with the N, and it's in red, and it is steel caliper and the steel brakes, and the disc size is thickness is 14.3 inches. Now I'm going to talk about the suspension. So it has strut suspension at the front that is adaptive, so it's more stiffer at the front. Now if we get up, the fender flares are same, the mirrors are blacked out, but it has a hazard light right here and blind spot monitoring. And if we go down now, you can see the side skirts are changed. It has the N right there, and then you have the black and white contrast here with this blue on top. And the side door panels on the Elantra is very nice because it's like straight goes in, and the lines are just very aerodynamically done. You have keyless entry on the front doors, and that's going to be pretty much it. But the build quality of this car, really good. You also get a sunroof on top right there, and that's going to be pretty much it for there. The rear wheels are same as the front, but the rear brakes are smaller, and the rear caliper is single piston, but the rear brakes are 13.8 inches. And if I show you the fuel tank, actually there's a physical button. You have to just pull that, and there it opens, and then you can fill up your car right there. And as you can see, the side skirt actually has black and red contrast, not white. I don't know why I said that. And it has more aerodynamic parts here with vortex generators, and the side profile actually looks very nice. And it has a reflector right here too. Now I'm going to show you the rear of the car. So the height of this car is 55.4 inches. Now I'm going to show you the key of the car. So it is pretty much same. You have lock, unlock, your remote start, trunk opening and panic button, and you just have the N at the back. Now I'm going to get inside, turn on the rear lights of the car. That is with the full light, and you can see the light all the way starts here and then all the way go to the other side. But before that, this is the hazard, this is for the brake, this is for the reverse, but it all the way goes till this other side. That's another thing I like about the Elantra. And with the N, you get the spoiler that makes the car look more aggressive. And then you can see this is the button, this is actually the rear view camera, and this is the Hyundai logo. This is a button for opening the boot. You have Elantra written here, N badge here, sensors at the back, and if you go down, you have Performance Hyundai Brampton's logo here. You have a F1 light thing, but this is actually a reflector. You have this aggressive diffuser with red and black, reflectors here, tow hook, and these real exhaust tips that actually sound good. Now I'm going to show you the boot space and then see if this car is practical or not. You can actually open the boot with the remote. Also, there's the button here. If you just press it, there it opens, and then you can have to get it up because of lightweight purposes. So you have 550 liters of storage here. That is actually a lot. And you can see there's a metal bracket there for the weight distribution, so it's obviously stiffer. And then on underfloor storage, you just have your tire repair kit and a towing hook. That's pretty much it. You could fold down the seats by 60-40. Just pull this and pull this, and then you have to push the seats forward like that. There you go. But the seats are back, so now it's not going to fall. You have the emergency opener here, and that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to get inside of the car, but you guys are listening to the exhaust and then come. now I'm going to get inside the rear seats, and as it's the Elantra, it's a typical small size sedan. So here we get inside. The seats are leather and Alcantara, and you also have ISOFIX anchor points at the rear seats. And a grab handle here, window lines at point, but the window I don't think so fully goes down. And the fronts are bucket seats, so you can actually hold here when the driver's driving too fast on the highway. We have a light placement here as well, and that's pretty much it. Now let's come to the door of the car. You have Alcantara, this is your door handle, this is the window opener, grab handle, bottle holder, and your Bose sound system, but it doesn't say Bose here, it says at the front. Now I'm going to go on the front seats. So first let's start with the dash of the car. First of all, you have the airbag right here. This is your AC vent, and this is for all the way closing it, and this is for opening. So all the way, this design all the way comes still here. But if you come back, you have the glove box here with decent amount of room. And now let's come to the seats. So the seats are full bucket seats. These are four-way adjustable for the passenger. And you can see it has the N badging here that actually lights up, so it's going to be very nice at night. And the stitching is actually in blue for matching the exterior color. And here too, Alcantara and leather, full bucket seats. Very, very sporty. And then if we open the sunroof, the visor is manually openable, and then the sunroof can be opened like that. And for closing it, there we go. And now let's come to the center. So first of all, you have two cup holders here. One is for an ashtray, one is a big cup holder. And then you have your manual handbrake. You have a glove box with decent amount of room. And then this is the gear knob. This is for neutral, reverse. And then you have your reversing camera, then it's neutral, then it's drive, then it's manual shifting, or the paddle shifters. And then you have the driving modes here, and in the steering, because this is the N, and you have the cameras, it's just going to show you the rear camera. Now I'm going to show you the infotainment and the AC controls. So foot on the brake, pressing the start button. So now I'm going to show you the car's infotainment system. So first let's start with map, and this is an 8-inch screen. So you have your navigation here, where you are, you could search, and you can zoom in and zoom out from there as well. And then you could search your routes and your custom here. Then you have your radio, your FM, and then if you go to media, you could search some FM, tune mix, Bluetooth, USB, sound of nature, AM, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. This is for your volume. And these are for skipping tracks. If you press this, this is for your favorite for all of the N-line modes. So you have the throttle, how much throttle you're giving, your oil temp and engine temperature, lap time. If so, the passenger can also enjoy how much RPM you're shifting in, speed and gear. And then this is for the N, brake pressure. So if I press on the brake and the gas, it's going to change the percentage. And then over here, you could customize all your different modes. So your engine, your steering, your LSD, so your limited slip differential, traction control, exhaust, transmission, and suspension. And you could also control launch control from here. And then you could also see your G-force meter. Then you have your setup, that you have all your different features. And then you have your hazards button here. These are for the AC vents. And then if you come down, you have your two-zone climate control. It's on sync now, off. This for steering heater, AC, wind speed, where you want the air, AC on, heated seats, outside air, inside air, rear windshield heater, front windshield heater. You have a 12-volt socket, a USB for Apple CarPlay, and a USB for charging your phone, and a wireless charger here. You have your drive mode selector here, and this for the reversing camera again. If you go up, this is your rear view mirror. You have two lights on either side. This is for opening the sunroof, and these are your emergency buttons. Then you have your vanity mirror, and the light placement is here. And now let's show you the steering wheel. Steering wheel's a little different from the normal tread. Is fully leather wrapped, and it has blue stitching, and it has some controls. So this and this. So this is for N mode. This is for changing the driving modes like quickly. So you have sport, eco, and normal. And then these are for this screen, these are for that screen, and this is for your shifting. You have your hazard and headlight controls here, and the windshield wiper controls here. And the start button is here. Now I'm going to show you the car's instrument cluster. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and you can see it turns on with a nice animation. So first of all, you have your RPM here, red lines on 6,500, and then you could see your engine temp right there. This is your speed. Top speed is 300 kilometers. That is very impressive. And then you could see the fuel here, how much kilometer it can go with, how much fuel it has, outside temperature, and then how much mileage you're getting here. And this is the mileage of the car, so just 15 kilometers, and how much battery does the percentage have. And then you could actually change some features from the center, like your oil temp, engine temp, your turbo and torque, PSI, Newton meters, lap times, and your G-force meter. And then you have your vehicle settings like driver info, your refilling, and all your different trips and speed. And this is for navigation. This is for your tire pressure monitor. This is just for your normal highway stuff. And when you put it at sports, it changes a bit, and eco. And if you put it at N, it comes in a different mode, fully for the track. And that's going to be pretty much it. Now I'm going to show you the car's door. So first of all, you have the vent for defogging the window. Then you have your AC vent here. You have your brightness for the instrument cluster and lane keep assist and traction control button. You have your fuse box here, that pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal, and this is for opening the hood. And the steering is actually tilt and telescopic, so fully adjustable. And the driver's seat of this car is 6-way adjustable and the passenger is 4-way adjustable. Now let's come to the door. You have your Twitter here, you have your Alcantara that all the way goes to the back with these 3 lines. You have this grab handle, window locker, window opener, unlock and lock, exterior mirror controls, door opener, the speaker, and it says Bose right there. And if you go a little back, you can see your bottle holder and it says N right here. And that's going to be pretty much it for the review. I'm going to turn the car off and come outside. So if you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you live in Toronto, you could come to Hyundai Performance Hyundai Brampton to talk to them about any Hyundai cars and some cars like this that is very exclusive. Until then, see you at the next review. Have a nice day. Peace.